In the vast frozen expanse of northern Canada, where the wind howls across endless fields of snow and the silence is broken only by the distant cry of a raven, there lies a place untouched by time. Nestled deep within this icy wilderness was a small Inuit village, known to a few as Anjikuni, wooden huts huddled together for warmth, their windows glowing faintly against the endless night. Smoke curled from chimneys, vanishing into the cold air. It was November 1930. The days were short, the nights impossibly long. But on one such night, something unexplainable happened. The darkness seemed to press in closer than ever before. An icy wind swept through the trees, carrying with it a sense of unease. And then, silence. A silence so deep it would leave behind one of the most chilling mysteries of the last century. The wind howled across the barren tundra, biting at Joe LaBelle's face as he trudged through knee-deep snow. Each step crunched beneath his boots, echoing in the vast, empty wilderness. Joe was a seasoned fur trapper, no stranger to the harshness of the north. He remembered Mandaras Swanandrasi warmth Cornepas on Vomba, the Anjikuni Village, the glow of lanterns behind frosted windows, the laughter of families sharing meals, the pie, the friendly faces that always welcomed him in from the cold. He had visited their homes many times, breaking bread and swapping stories by the fire. But as Joe approached the village this time, a chill ran deeper than the winter air. The huts stood silent, their doors ajar, snow drifting inside. Not a single voice, not a single footprint. "Hello?" Joe called out, his voice swallowed by the emptiness. Only the wind replied. The silence was absolute, too absolute. As he stepped into the village, a heavy silence hung in the air, broken only by the distant howl of the wind. The cabins stood eerily empty, their doors creaking on rusty hinges, swaying gently in the cold breeze. Inside, meals sat untouched on rough wooden tables, bowls of stew still steaming in the frigid air, bread torn but uneaten. It was as if the families had vanished in the middle of supper, leaving everything behind. The sense of abandonment was overwhelming. Outside, sled dogs remained tied to their posts, but they lay motionless but frozen in the snow, their eyes glazed over from days of neglect. The snow around them was undisturbed. No footprints, no tracks, nothing to suggest where anyone had gone. The entire village was swallowed by an unnatural stillness. It was as if the people of Anjikuni had simply vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the chilling silence of the Arctic night. Joe's heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing in the frozen silence. His breath hung in the air, trembling with fear. The village, once alive with laughter and light, now stood eerily empty. How could an entire village vanish without a trace in the dead of night? There was no blood, no sign of struggle. The snow lay untouched, smooth and perfect. No footprints, no sled tracks, nothing to show where the villagers had gone. Just a heavy, unnatural silence pressing in from all sides. Joe shivered, not from the cold, but from the feeling that eyes were watching him from the darkness between the trees. He whispered, barely audible, "Is anyone there?" Only the wind answered, carrying with it a sense of dread that settled deep in his bones. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police arrived at Anjikuni under a sky heavy with snow, their horses' breath curling in the frigid air. The village was eerily silent, the only sound the crunch of boots on ice. The Mounties moved from cabin to cabin, pushing open doors that creaked on their hinges. Inside, they found rooms frozen in time, rifles stacked neatly by the door, clothing folded and untouched on beds. Shelves were lined with preserved food, untouched and ready for the long winter. Pots still hung over cold hearths, as if waiting for someone to return. The Mounties exchanged uneasy glances. "No signs of struggle," one whispered, his voice muffled by the snow. "It's like they vanished into thin air." The village stood empty, untouched by human hands. It was as if the earth itself had swallowed the people of Anjikuni whole, leaving behind only silence and a chilling mystery that would haunt the wilderness for years to come. Theories swirled through the icy air, as cold and relentless as the wind itself. Some villagers, it was said, had simply starved, their food supplies dwindling in the endless winter. Others whispered of a deadly epidemic, a sickness that swept through the village in silence. But as searchers combed the empty homes, they found no bodies. No shallow graves in the frozen earth, no farewell notes, no desperate messages scratched into wood or stone. Only the biting wind and the haunting question, Ola. Oh, what truly happened to the people of Anjikuni? Oh, in the heart of the frozen wilderness, shadows danced beneath the pale moonlight. The wind carried whispers, rumors of forces beyond our understanding. Oh, some claimed the villagers were taken, abducted by beings that descended silently from the sky, leaving no trace but fear and confusion. Others believed a rift had opened, a tear in the fabric of reality itself. Had the people of Anjikuni slipped away, vanished into another time, another dimension, forever lost to the world we know? The questions linger, haunting the snow-covered silence. The wind howls through the empty shells of wooden huts, carrying with it the secrets of a vanished people. Snow drifts pile against doorways left ajar, as if someone might return at any moment, yet no one ever does. Nearly a century has passed, and the mystery of Anjikuni remains frozen in time. An entire village, hundreds of lives, simply erased, leaving behind only silence and questions that echo through the endless Arctic night. Oh, the silence of the Anjikuni wilderness still hangs heavy in the air, a silence broken only by the whisper of wind through the frozen trees. On that cold November night, as snowflakes drifted down and darkness crept across the tundra, an entire village simply vanished. Oh, the fires were still warm, meals left unfinished, and not a single footprint led away from the empty homes. Where did the people of Anjikuni go? Some say they were taken by the spirits of the land. Others whisper of a force beyond our understanding. And could it ever happen again? Pause. Suspenseful echo. Imagine walking these same paths, feeling the chill of the unknown at your back, wondering if the mystery still lingers in the shadows. If you want to uncover more true mysterious stories like this, tales that blur the line between reality and legend, make sure to subscribe to Beyond Paksha. Join us where reality and mystery collide.